What scares you more? A stalker who lives in your phone or a killer who lives in the shadows? Welcome to The Final Cut, your daily pulse in horror. I'm Travis, and we've got indie horror casting news, a wild new Terminator pitch that could change everything, and a brutal road trip thriller hitting theaters this week. But first, let's talk sponsors. Over at Fanatical, the Lunar New Year sale is live right now, and they just dropped a new newsletter today. In that newsletter, a Tempest Pirate Action RPG giveaway, but you've only got into February 20th to enter. That's 3 days, don't miss it. The Lunar New Year sale is stacked. They got Dark Souls Remastered, 50% off. Black Myth Wukong, 30% off. Marvel's Spider-Man 2, 28% off. Fallout 4, Game of the Year Edition, 78% off. And don't forget, Resident Evil Requiem pre-orders are still open for February 27th. Tales of Berseria Remaster drops also on the 26th, 16% off if you pre-order that right now. And a game that I need to play, Disciples Dominion, is available now, 17% off. This might be the best part of the news. Valiant Comic Heads starting February 19th through April 16th. The Bloodshot Through the Ages bundle gives you 22 volumes spanning 1990 to 2021. Straight up history. Over at GRUV, the updated Halloween trilogy, which is Halloween, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends, is available now in limited edition 4K steelbook. That's going to go fast. You can also pre-order the Deer Hunter limited edition 4K steelbook, which is arriving March 7th. Check the links, support the show. Let's get into today's top stories. First up, big shout out to the homie Keir Gilchrist. I know a lot of people recognize him from Atypical, but he will always be Marshall for me in United States of Terror. Ethan Kukowski and Elise Fisher are all starring in a new indie horror film titled NightFlirt. The film unfolds across two timelines, 2009 and 2025, centering on a chronically online college dropout and an underage OnlyFans streamer contacted by the same mysterious stalker. This is part of a growing wave of horror exploring internet-bred psychology, digital paranoia, identity collapse, and what happens when the online world bleeds into reality. What makes this interesting is the generational DNA behind it. The filmmakers grew up on early YouTube and Reddit culture, not just social media, but algorithm culture. This feels less like a slasher and more like a surveillance nightmare. Production begins this winter. My question for you guys, though, is internet horror the most relevant horror of this era? Let me know your answers in the comments ahead. Next up, after the cancellation of Terminator 0, which is a shame, Mattson Tomlin, co-writer of The Batman Part 2, pitched something wild. A lower budget, live action Terminator horror film. Sign me up all day, fam. Not explosions, not global warfare, one machine, one target, pure dread. And honestly, that's exactly how the original 1984 film worked. The first Terminator was basically a slasher movie in sci-fi clothing. True story. Relentless pursuit, no escape over time. The franchise turned into a spectacle. Big budgets, massive action. Tomlin wants to drag it back into the shadows, which I think is super smart. My question is, would you watch a stripped down horror first Terminator movie? I know I would. And just a further note on this, because Terminator is one of my favorite franchises, what it should be is similar to how Fox came out with the Sarah Connor Chronicles. It should be somewhere around that timeline when she's still young, before she has John, and another T-800 is after her, and it could be straight up slasher style, like for real. Like that would be great, because we know Sarah has so much of a life right before John was born. So it would be great if they could do something like that. But let me know your guys' thoughts, especially if you're Terminator heads, in the comments ahead. And finally, tickets are officially on sale for Psycho Killer, hitting theaters this weekend, February 20th. The film follows a Kansas Highway Patrol officer tracking down the serial killer responsible for her husband's murder. Directed by Gavin Pallone and written by Andrew Kevin Walker. Yes, that Andrew Kevin Walker. This one leans into brutal psychological depravity. Now, people might be saying, well, wait, who's Andrew Kevin Walker? Well, if you're new to horror or you're not an OG fan, he's the guy that wrote 7 and 8 millimeter. Okay? They're keeping most of the blood hidden in marketing because they can't show red band content publicly. But everything about this screams raw, gnarly horror. My question for you guys, are we in a new era of unapologetically vicious theatrical horror? What do you guys think? Let me know your answers in the comments ahead. And in my own personal opinion, from what I've been seeing from the trailers and all the things that I've been reading, we'll have a review for this up on Thursday. I'll be seeing it tomorrow. This film kind of looks like what Longlegs should have been. That's just my take, but I'll be curious to what you guys think. Today's take. Here's what stands out today. Horror is splitting into 2 lanes. Lane 1, hyperdigital anxiety, internet stalkers, online identities, screen-based dread. What is this, 1999 Japanese horror or something? Lane 2, back to basics brutality. 1 killer, 1 road, 1 machine. The middle budget horror experiment is alive again, and that's good for all of us. Answer today's Spotify poll. Which concept excites you more? NightFlirt's digital stalker horror, Terminator as a horror reboot, or Psycho Killer road trip carnage? Vote now and DM us at HMUNCUT with horror tips or breaking news to be featured on the show. That's it for the final cut, your daily post in horror. Follow us at HMUNCUT everywhere. Sponsor, support them, hit subscribe, hit that thumbs up. And until tomorrow, you guys know the drill. Keep the lights on.